Hello. Today we're going to be making some Brussels sprouts and grapes au gratin. It's a great side dish. You can even eat it as a meal if you want. I will give you the nutrition facts after we complete it, and I'll just let you know what we're going to need. We're going to need a pan, 8x8 pan. I've lined it with foiled backed parchment paper so it stays crimped like that. And we're going to need, for our supplies, some measuring spoons and a quarter and a tablespoon, measuring cups, a pan with a cover, good size. And then the ingredients that we're going to need are a pound of Brussels sprouts. This is a little more than a pound, and we're going to half those. I think it's a half a cup. Yep, a half a cup of seedless grapes. We're going to halve those as well. And we're going to need a tablespoon of butter. We're also going to need 2 tablespoons of arrowroot flour. It's like a thickener. We're also going to need 3/4 of a cup of milk. You can use 2%. I'm going to use skim or fat-free because that's what I happen to have. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper, each 1/4 teaspoon. 1 cup of shredded Swiss cheese. I shredded it myself because I just think it's better. You don't have any added stuff in there. So this shredded Swiss, about a cup of that, and some grated Parmesan. I don't have Parmesan cheese, so I bought it pre-grated, so just to save a little step. So what we're going to do after I lined this pan is just a regular 8x8 pan, and I like this stuff because it holds its shape, and when you're done you just pop it out and you don't have to clean anything. I'm just going to put a little oil in this, a little spray olive oil in this. Even though it is non-stick, I just like to put a little in for that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, just a regular olive oil spray. Just a little bit. That's all. Done with that. And then I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. I'll set this pan aside, and I'm going to get to the Brussels sprouts. Okay. Just take a cutting board and a knife. And like I said, this is about 1.5 pounds, so I'm going to use just a pound. What they look like. I'm going to give them a quick wash, and then we'll come back and cut them up. Okay? Okay, now that I've got that done, just put this aside. All washed, dry. They're going to go into water anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this pan, get a little ahead of myself, with about 1/2 inch of water. And I'm going to just place the, when I'm finished, I'm going to place the Brussels sprouts right in them. I just move my salt and pepper. Just a minute, so I'm going to bring this pan a little closer so that I can pop them right in. So I want them halved, so I'm going to take the stem off and I'm going to halve them. Just pop them in. A little tough to do. Maybe it's just my knife, but just pop them in. Pretty simple to do. I'm not going to do the whole pound because that would get pretty boring for you, and we don't want that. I apologize for the outside noise, but again, in a temporary situation that I can't avoid, and hopefully it won't be for too much longer, and it'll be all set. Can have a little more quiet. Okay. So actually I'm almost done. It doesn't take as long as I thought. Sometimes you can make any, it's not too bad. It's pretty good for you. I like Brussels sprouts. Not a lot of people do. Either you love them or you hate them. I love them, so it's all good for me. And if you like them, I hope you enjoy this. Pretty particular about my sprouts too. I like them to be nice and fresh. A couple more. This is one day I don't have to put the air conditioning on, so that's a help. That's very loud. Two more. One and last one. That. Okay, we're going to get rid of this and we'll get the next step. Okay, I've washed the cutting board and the knife, so now I'm going to get to the grapes, and I need half a cup of grapes, I think. I should refer to this and make sure that's what I need. Yep. and I need to have them. So let me just get that aside, and let me get my half cup. Add those there. Okay, now they're in the water. So what I want to do is I want to cook them. I'm going to cover them. Oh, excuse me. And I want to cook them until they're crisp tender, about 5 minutes. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I've done that. Don't put the grapes in like I did. I did rescue the grapes again, but you weren't supposed to put them in with this. I tried to rescue them as soon as possible. I see one in there, but that's okay. So now I'm going to transfer these to my 8x8 lined pan. Okay. I've drained them. I missed a couple. That's all right. Nice color. Just spread them out. Other side. Warm. And now is when you put the grapes on. So please don't put the grapes in it first. I was not very brilliant at that point. So now I want to sprinkle the grapes on top. Okay. There we go. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to set this aside for right now because it's going to go in the oven. That here. Okay, so what happens when I don't read directions all the way? Okay, so now I want a smaller saucepan, and I'm going to mix I'm going to melt the butter, so I need 1 tablespoon of butter. That's about a tablespoon. Go. Melt that, and I'm going to melt it with excuse me. After this melted, I'm going to stir in the 2 tablespoons of the arrowroot powder. Okay, and then I'm going to whisk in. I'm going to get some milk. I'm going to whisk that in. I'm going to melt the butter first. Excuse me. Okay, I've added the arrowroot and gradually added the milk. And I'm stirring it with a whisk until it's thick. And I consider that thick. So, that's done. Because I had to bring it to a little bit of a boil before that happened, and worked good. Now I want to add the salt and pepper. Quarter teaspoon of salt and quarter teaspoon of pepper. Go. Just whisk that in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this over the Brussels sprouts. Let me get that. Pour that over. Very thick. Go. Spread that around a bit. Put this pan down. Go. Let's see if I can just move some over here. Make sure it's all got something on it, right? That's good enough. Okay. Now, let's see. Get back to my recipe here so I know what I'm doing. Okay, now we want to top it with the Swiss cheese. And I want about a cup of that. So just get a cup. And just sprinkle that over it. Okay, just a tiny bit more. There we go. And yes, I did wash my hands, so no worries. Save that cheese for later. There we go. Now we want to sprinkle it with a little grated Parmesan. I don't think I've opened this yet. Goodness. Nope. Remove the seal. There we go. And I'm going to sprinkle it. There we go. Just a little bit. Just for a little added flavor. There we go. Now we're going to pop this in the oven until it's nice and bubbly, which should take about 20 minutes. And let's do that now. Okay, this is it. I just took it out of the oven. It's nice and bubbly. Show a better picture. And I did set it, I don't remember if I told you, I did set it for 400 degrees for 20 minutes. So now I'll give you the nutritional information for it. It is in 2/3 of a cup. There is 152 calories, 8 grams of fat, which 5% of that is saturated fat, 24 milligrams of cholesterol, 100 180 milligrams of sodium, 13 grams of carbohydrates, 5 sugars, and 3 fibers that makes up the part of the carbs, and 8 grams of protein. So again, it's a great side dish, or I use it as a meal sometimes, just a bit of it, 2/3 of a cup, and it looks yummy, and I can't wait to dig in. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it relaxing. Try not to make some of the same mistakes I did. And have a great day. Until next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.